Hi everyone, this is Oga Relationship and
Didi, and you're listening to Love Nawa, where I'm trying to figure out this thing called dating one step at a time.
also trying to understand what keeps a relationship alive.
Okay. So today we're talking about the question, what are we? So when do you ask this question in a relationship? When is the best time to ask your partner or, well, possible partner this question?
Okay. I didn't. Okay.
Well, you should know actually. So
Yeah, I don't think I ever asked the question, what are we though?
you just assume that you're an item.
Yeah, but like all of the activities, everything that was going on at that point in time, I kind of just felt like we were in a relationship already. Like we were doing relationship stuff, which can be a little bit like, I don't
So if
understand.
you're doing relationship stuff and you never ask, and the other person just thinks it's friendship stuff. I mean,
Okay. You know why I like you at this thing? That's why I like asking you questions. Please, what are the things you will be doing in relationship stuff, and what are the things you'll be doing in friendship
I
stuff?
should ask, you would want to do relationship stuff. Now,
Okay, so in a relationship, I'm assuming you guys have gone out on dates, right?
Exactly.
Great. You guys are doing the kissing thing already, right? You guys are having sex.
Friends,
Relationship.
That's relationship stuff.
But you've already, I mean, wait. I'm confused there. So
You know, friends with benefits do the same thing too,
but
though, right?
now you're taking us back to that CJ thing. Let's not do this. I mean, I'm assuming, say, you guys have been having sex for 3 months straight, right? Staying over and all that. The only time you get to, for me though, my perception, I might be wrong, and people correct me in the comment section or wherever it is. The only time you will feel the need to ask that question, what are we, is if there's a form of doubt there that you guys might not be an item.
True.
So as soon as you feel the need to start asking, what are we, I think that relationship already has an issue.
But what if you just ask it because you've seen people all over tell you that you should ask and be clear?
Yeah, I think those people are projecting their own insecurities.
Because sometimes I feel like, okay, if you just like doing relationship stuff,
Yeah.
and then the other person, they might feel like, oh, this is like a friends with benefit thing, and then they're still seeing other people outside, but they don't mention it because there's no need to.
That's what I said. So there's already a problem in that relationship, right? Because something must really like.
So if few people don't need to ask it, they should just assume.
You see, that's a little bit. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying people should just start
Put you in the corner, I'm
assuming.
like,
Women are great at this, but women have better perception when it comes to relationships. As a man, I'll tell you that women kind of know.
That girl with CJ didn't know, so let's not just say women know now. Let's just know.
No. Well, she knew though, because she asked the question. That's why she said, I want to talk to you about something. So she already felt it.
She sounded like she expected a different answer, though. So.
Yes, fair enough. She expected a different answer.
True.
But the fact that she initiated that conversation kind of meant she already felt like this thing wasn't right. And that's what I'm trying to say.
I wonder what made her feel like this isn't right, though.
Like I said, women
You just
really
know.
do have great perception and intuition of things. Like women, the truth, let me tell you the truth. Women know. It's just sometimes they just choose
I think we need to
ignore.
do a poll. How many people in your past relationships have you discussed the what are we?
Yeah.
And how many people have assumed that you're an item?
Great. If you're listening to this, go to the comment
Because-
section and just do that. Like, just give us a number. Those that have actually, the number of guys or girls you've dated that you actually asked that question to, and then the number of people you
Just assumed.
exactly
Because I've actually assumed in all my relationships, to be honest.
that you should ask.
No, I've just assumed that we're an item.
Exactly, right? I've always
I've always just assumed.
I feel
so.
the only, honestly, as a guy though, this is for real. The only time I'll ask a girl, what are we, is if I feel like there's something totally wrong in that relationship. Like maybe I feel she's cheating or she's not paying enough attention to the relationship or I'm putting in a lot more effort than she's, putting. There's a long list of things that, but all of that list borders on, there's an issue. It might be insecurity, but there's always something that causes insecurity. So at that point, I think the conversation should go further than just saying, what are we? Because they could just say, we're an item now. Yeah. Well, what are you? Oh, they can be like, oh yeah, you're my boyfriend now. You're my girlfriend now. But that conversation has to go beyond that. You need to be able to sit down there. In fact, if you're someone who's paying attention to your partner and they ask you that question, you should understand that it goes beyond that question. There's something wrong. And you need to be able to make them feel comfortable enough to actually open up and tell you what they feel is wrong, and then see how you can actually communicate and then figure out how to make this whole, because relationships.
I think for me, it's always been an assumption. And because I'm so honest when it comes to relationship stuff, like I would tell you, oh, I'm going on a date tomorrow. Oh, I'm going on a date. Like I would just be very honest with it. So you would know that, okay, she's going on other dates. And then I've been asked maybe once or twice, like, okay, so where's this heading? And stuff like that. I've actually asked that in a relationship of mine. And that wasn't because there was any problem. It was perfect. The thing was that then I had this 1 year rule. Like if my relationship goes up to a year and doesn't seem to be making it's not moving further, like I will ask you what's going on. And if it's not the answer I want, I will leave. So that was why. So it wasn't like there was any problem at all. Like I saw anything. I just felt like it's a year. So I need to ask you
that question.
Yeah. Like, where's this heading? Actually, not where are we actually? So where's this heading? So
and
different.
So people don't get the wrong idea or whatever it is. I think it's a genuine question to ask. I mean, if 1 year into it and you're asking that question, but why did you? That was just your rule, though. It was something you've told yourself that.
What would the way to ask this question without seeming desperate, quote unquote, desperate?
Maybe it could be. I don't know. Maybe go out. I don't know.
Because how do you ask someone? Because you don't want to just always assume and then somehow find out you're wrong. You want to be able to ask without seeming like you're hungry for this relationship.
So what would you think?
I think you would, like, I probably would just mention to you that, oh, so I'm going for a date tomorrow. Right. And then if you say, oh, what dates? Why are you going on dates? Aren't you an item? Then you've already answered that question.
But is this 1 year after?
1 year? No. That 1 year is where we're heading to. We're already an item. We're already to.
I need a glass of wine now.
Where we're heading to. But if it's the what are we?
Yeah, what are we? Yeah.
Then I think I could do that. Like, oh, I'm going on a date. So if you're like, why? I thought we're dating. Yeah, that's clear.
I just want to be clear. How many months into the relationship are you telling your partner?
Question,
no.
right?
Are you telling your partner that you're going on a date? Because I don't trust you on this one.
No, you said partner, but not yet official. Maybe I still need to
How
ask
many months into it did he clarify this thing? Because don't come and sneak this on me.
A month is okay now.
A month, a month's fair.
Yeah, to ask like, what are we? Like, in fact, when do you even ask what are we? Like,
a month, that's after 4 dates, because you have 4 weekends in a month. So after 4 dates, you can still tell the person, I'm going out on a date. That will be really, really, I don't know. Like,
if the person didn't care and wasn't in a relationship and they were in a friendship, the person would be like, oh, okay, hope you have fun. Let me know how it goes.
Yeah, but you've already, if you, that means you've defined that relationship as a friendship and not something that is a relationship.
Well, the person defined it for you, so
you don't need to ask the question anymore.
No, you don't know at that point you like this person.
Wait, let's roll back a little bit, right? It's 4 months, 1 month into this thing, right? Mm-hmm. And you are going to say to the person, I'm assuming, we're not saying this is like, this is not a general thing. But in this example we're giving now, you're going to say to the person, oh, how you doing? What's up? I'm going out this weekend. I'm going out on a date, right? Mm-hmm. For you to say that means you've already agreed with that person that you guys are not exclusive, right? Exactly.
Kind of, yeah.
So you don't need to ask that question, do you?
But how do you get to know what that person feels at that point? Is this person in a relationship with you in their mind?
Oh, I can guarantee you that if you
ask that question
and I were seeing each other and 1 month later you tell me you're going out on a date, I can tell you where that relationship is going.
No, what would you say?
Nowhere.
No fucking what would your response be though?
My response? Mm-hmm. Have fun. Because It's the truth. Like, I've invested 1 month into this relationship, 4 dates, and you're just calling me casually, and you'll be like, "Hey, babe, hey, how's your weekend going? Oh, by the way, I'm going out with Brown. You remember Brown from The Office that I see every day, that has been trying to get me." No, come on now.
So you see how for some reason in your mind you're like, okay, I've let go of this.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
You're not making any.
That's interesting.
I mean, you are about to go have a nice time with some other guy, and it's one. I'm not talking about 2 weeks into this thing where you guys are trying to figure out. But at that point in time, I'm like, what's the point then? Like, if you're going to start seeing people and not really like, reflecting on the past 1 month that we've had and all of that kind of stuff, and it's still kind of like an open relationship, then I'm just going to treat the relationship that same way. Because let's be frank. We as humans, we get kind of pulled into things easily and we get committed. And I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but we get emotionally attached to
from
things.
Just telling her like, oh, I thought we had something. Why did you say have fun?
Oh yeah, no. I'm just saying no. I'm not saying that's gonna be like my response. I'm just saying in my head that's what I'm saying. But yes, what you've said is the right thing. You need to be able to speak your mind at that point. As a guy or as a woman, if someone does that
as a
to
woman,
you,
because I haven't spoken my mind in the past. I've been, had something with the person, and then the person called, and I actually was on a date. So I was like, oh, I'm going on a date later today, and I was like, oh, I'm there right now. Person is like, no, you shouldn't be on any dates. Go home. I mean, that reaction.
I don't like that reaction.
I don't like that reaction. So.
No, to be fair, I don't like the reaction of
you had a little bit of
Yeah, I mean that's kind of beta male kind of thing.
Yes.
But you're supposed to be like have fun.
No, I don't think it's supposed to be like
where do you
fun.
I hope
it's supposed to be like, why are you on a date? I thought we had something. That's what you're supposed to be like.
No, I'm not going to ask you why you're on a date when you're calling me and you're on a date. I'm not going to ruin that experience for you, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be selfish, right? Because life goes on. If you end up liking that guy, it's fine. That means you are never for me, because a lot of people just think like, oh, there's this thing called the one. The one is the one you've made all that effort in your life to make sure you remain in that relationship with.
True.
If you're not making the effort, that's not the one. That so if I call you up and you're like, hey babe, what's up? Oh, I'm out on a date. I'm like, oh no, sorry I disturb you, have fun, or let me know what's up, eh? Then when you call me after the date, I'm assuming you're gonna call me. When you because I'm not gonna call you now. I'm definitely not gonna call you, mate. Definitely. Fam, I ain't calling you. As soon as you call me, and then I'll be like, how's your day? It was great. Beautiful. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude though, but I kind of thought we were having our thing.
That's a good way to go about it too.
But it's all right if you want to see other people, and I respect that you want to see other people. But personally, I don't want to be involved in a situation where
that's a perfect answer. That's
exactly.
a good way to get it. Yeah, true. Because the other way was more scary to me.
Yeah, that's already
saying, get home now. I mean, obviously that's a bit.
That's already
scary.
Controlling kind of behavior.
Yeah,
and
which was also
that.
Good because that was a sign that.
Well, that's it.
Before, so.
As a girl, you're like, I'm out. That's it. In fact,
that was a good sign.
All of a sudden, you were only concentrating on the calamari, and then that guy gives you the answer, and then you're now looking at the guy's eyes and be like, maybe this guy is nice.
Exactly. Because like 2 minutes again, like, where are you still there? That already just helps make your decision
straight away because there's that chance that, like you're saying, you really might not be into that person that you're on a date with now. So if me as a guy, if you call me later on after the date and I tell you what I've said, and then you go back to be like, I kind of made a mistake. Now this is a tricky one. I'm not going to say I'm going to accept it. But there's that chance for you as the lady to say.
I will say I didn't know that we were that serious because your actions didn't, let me know that we're serious.
Yeah.
So I would apologize. I would tell you how I truly felt.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I guess it's up to the guy to just decide on what he wants to do.
And then what if, how would you feel if the guy you were on a date with, you really didn't like him and you actually like this one that you've just told that you were on a date with someone?
Oh, most times, yeah.
And then how would you feel if he says, I'm no longer in this thing with you, I'm out?
Because I went on one date because I wasn't sure what we were.
Yes.
I don't know what you just probably didn't like me in the first place. I don't know.
So you expect no. I like the fact that you're thinking this way because I want to understand how a woman sees this thing. So you would expect him to understand.
Yeah, because I think I would understand if he went out on a date because he thought I wasn't serious. Because your actions kind of have to speak. If your actions are just like, yeah, let's hang out, let's do this. Your actions are friend-like. We might be doing stuff, as you said, friends with benefits. You might be doing stuff, but it's still friend-like. Like there's no talk about any future or anything, So I'm still looking at you like we're friends, but I like you.
Right.
But I don't know where you stand.
Right.
So if you go on a date or I go on a date and you say, oh, because I just don't know where you stand.
Right.
I would understand. Then we will discuss where we stand then. At least we know that we both kind of have feelings at that point.
So to be fair, I
guess it's just a way to ask that question without trying to put your feelings on the table and, setting yourself up for
but why can't we just put our feelings on the table and
because
not
you meet
be
people
scared
like
of
CJ, they put your feelings on the table and they'll be making you look like a mad person.
But I think
you don't want to meet any CJ that you meet and say, come, I like you. The person will be telling you, well, we're just friends.
But as difficult as that response was, it was still the truth, and it allows her to actually move on and go find somebody else.
I can still get the truth without it going through that difficult patch. I mean, I still would.
Yeah, know? Because it's the same thing as when
you get the same response, you get the same result, but different approach. One is less painful.
Yeah. It's the same thing as when someone breaks up with someone, right? And, someone's just broken up with you and you're there with this, you want closure, but you haven't really gotten closure. And I think that the best way to get closure is asking that uncomfortable question, which is looking the person in the eye and saying, look, I want to make this work. Like we've not just me, we both have dedicated time to this relationship, right? I really want to make this work. And I still love you, obviously. But the thing is, I need to know right now, are you committed to making this relationship work? Or do you want this relationship to end now? I need to know that this is what you want. So first of all, you're telling the person that, look, I'm still committed to making that relationship work. Don't be shy about, don't have this ego thing where you're like, the person just hurt me. I don't want to express to the person that I still love you or that I still care about you.
I'm having that ego very much.
You see that now that's the problem.
No, it's not, I don't think it's an ego thing. I think it's saving myself too much hurt and drama. Like there's already hurt already.
Yes.
But there can be, further hurts.
But can
like this person already ended this relationship.
Right.
It's enough closure, enough. Like they don't want anything to do with me anymore. It's enough. Me going further and writing one long story and saying, hey, let's talk.
Oh, this is not writing a story. But
it's just more painful.
I like what you just said. It makes sense. Like if you could accept the fact that the person has ended the relationship as that's the end of the relationship. Now that is perfect. But a lot of people don't actually go with that. They always feel like...
it's not that I accept the fact. I want that same closure people want. I just know it's not going to do anything for me.
But follow me on this one if you don't mind. You ask the person this question I just asked, right? You tell the person, I still care about you. I still love you. I really want to make this relationship work, but I will respect the fact that you don't want to. So I want to know if this is the end. And then the person tells you, I'm sorry, for me, this is the end. Do you want any other closure after that? That's done.
No, that's beautiful. That's an ideal world. But this is a world where we have CJs. Do you know what that person is likely to do? You say, I want to just find out if this is the end. The person will just say,
then that's...
okay. Person just say, or ignore you. The message is read. That's the likelihood. Like that likelihood is like 90%.
Yeah, those are nasty people. And the truth is, if someone does that to you,
man,
it's two things.
Sometimes they might not trying to be nasty, but maybe they just don't know what to say at that point in time.
I think
so. They read it, so you see that double tick. It's red, and it's red, but they don't know what to say. But on your end, it's like a slap in the face.
Damn, I need a glass of wine.
So in my mind, I'm like, I'd rather just not go through this. So let me just take this as closure, and let me just step back. Because in an ideal world, the person should actually say that and say, I didn't think it would work because this and this happened. You could learn from things. Who doesn't want to learn and be better,
Yeah.
But people will just not give you that chance. They will be mean.
Yeah.
Might not intend
No,
to,
but you're absolutely right. And
the response might be mean, and you're like, it makes you now think about your life, analyze your life, because it's different when they give you a good response or when they ignore you or give you an okay. Then it could just
I
set
think the
you off.
okay one is just.
I
In
don't
fact,
know which is worse. Just reading
okay
and
is
ignoring.
worse. Reading and ignoring is more like I could be like, maybe he's mad.
You could make up excuses.
You know,
right?
No, you know the brain, the human brain.
But
We
the
know how to give
response
excuses.
is like you read it, then you took the time to respond, and that's all you could say.
No, it could, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes when people read messages and don't reply you, they're hurt. They're in pain too. So they don't want to say something that they might regret. So or they're just so pissed off at you, like they feel they can't get through to you. So the best thing is just I don't want to get involved in this conversation
anything, right?
because I'm not gonna lie. Like sometimes if I'm really mad at someone, like I'm genuinely pissed the fuck off, I would just be like, there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to get through to you. So I'd just be like, okay. Because I don't want that thing I don't want my real
you'll
response.
Say that okay, or you would ignore it.
No, I would just ignore it. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
While I'm trying to figure out
What to say.
what's the best way to actually answer. So, but now that's the problem. Because the person you are ignoring is assuming at that point that
you're like
you don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
But if they know you well enough, they should know that at that point in time, you're trying to think about it. But,
Not know you well enough. I don't know.
you never really know people well enough, do you? So it's
Just when someone ignores your message, you know them all your life. It's just, you have siblings you've grown up with.
and that's one of the
Ignore your
reasons why
messages.
people shouldn't break up by text messages or shit like that.
True.
Like, I think that's that really
Before you break
that
up
really
in person, you go home
that
and you really
sucks.
think about everything. You're like, this was someone I actually had like discussions with. Like, should be able to communicate with this person.
Yeah.
Then you send a message. Person just says K.
Oh.
So the O was not even necessary.
Yeah. Like you just put K. Where did O go? Like you just.
No, I think there's times to just spare yourself of so much hurt.
To be honest, I think.
Yeah, you just be like, okay, I'm just not going to. I've forgotten what this topic was about because we've gone far into response and how to break up.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for this question. We're moving on to the next topic before we start talking about things that we don't care about.